Hello everyone, my name is Masha Knots, and today I'm going to teach you how to make the chained candy stripe bracelet. So I really enjoy this bracelet. If you've seen my unfinished bracelet collection video, I actually talked about how I thought that I came up with this technique when I first tried it. And I mean, I sort of did. When I tried it originally, I came up with it, but I didn't realize that it was actually a pretty widespread technique that people use. And you've been requesting the tutorial on this bracelet ever since, so I'm finally getting around to doing it. As you may or may not know, June is actually Pride Month, so I decided to go with the colors of the Pride flag for this bracelet. So let's get into the tutorial. You can choose however many colors and whichever colors that you like, but I've chosen these 6 colors. I'm going to cut 2 strings for each of those colors, and each of them is going to be about 1 meter long. So I've arranged my string onto my workspace in the order that I want to see it in the bracelet. And since I've cut 2 strings of each color, there are 2 strings of each color here as well. So what we're going to be doing first is just a regular candy stripe. What I need you to know before going into this tutorial is how to make the basic knots. And if you don't know how to do that, I have a special tutorial on that, and it's going to be linked in the card and in the description. So I'm going to assume that you do know how to make it before going into this tutorial. So we're going to start by taking the first string on the left, which is this beautiful red one for me, and we're going to start by doing a forward knot onto each of these strings individually in the order that they are laid out here. So a forward knot on this red one first, a forward knot onto the orange, onto the next orange, onto the yellow. And I'm doing my knots very carefully because this is the first row and I've just secured it here, so it's sort of pulling on the strings while I'm making the knots. So I'm doing them very carefully for this first row. Next comes the next yellow, and so on. I do a forward knot onto each of these strings until I reach the end. So by doing that entire row of forward knots with the red string, we've successfully moved the red string from the left to the right, and now we only have one other red string left on the left side. So we're going to separate that one, the second red string on the left, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to be doing forward knots onto each of the strings individually, including the red string on the right. So we're going to do a forward knot onto each of these, and then as well, we're going to do a forward knot onto the other red string with this red string. So as I said, a forward knot onto each of these strings and a forward knot onto the other red string as well. So now we've done 2 rows of forward knots with both of the red strings, and both of the red strings are now on the right and not on the left. So the next string that is closest to the left is the orange one. So we're going to do the exact same thing with the orange string. A row of forward knots, bringing the string from left to right. Then the next string is going to be the second orange string. We're going to do again a row of forward knots and then another forward knot onto this orange string, which is going to be on the right at that point. And the color on the left is going to be the yellow. We're going to do the same with the yellow, then the same with the green, same with the blue, and same with the purple. And then we're going to do something special. So I'm going to do these rows of forward knots with each of these strings until I reach the end where I've brought the purple to the right side, and then I'll get back to you. So I finished making the candy stripe portion. We are back to the order that we were in at the very beginning. So I've got the 2 reds on the left, just as I had them at the very beginning. So this is the point where you can loop the pattern and you can just continue making it like that if you just want to do the candy stripe. But here we're going to start making the chains. So for that, we're going to separate the 2 strings on the left, which are the 2 red strings. We're going to put these strings off to the side because we don't need them right now. And we're just going to make a forward knot with the left string onto the right string. This is where the real fun begins, because now we're taking the string that is now on the left, so we've done a forward knot moving this string from left to right. Now this string is on the left, and we're going to do a forward knot with this string onto the other red string. And with that, you see that the red strings are starting to separate from the rest of the strings. I'm going to do another one with the string that's on the left. I'm going to do a forward knot onto the string that's on the right again. And the more of these you do, the longer the chain will become. I'm probably going to do 5, so I've done 3 already. I'm going to do another one, and then another one. And there we go, I have a separate chain of the red going completely separate from all the other strings. So I've done 5, I think 5 is about enough for me. I'm going to put these off to the side and I'm going to grab the next colour, which is the orange. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the orange. I'm going to do 5 forward knots. So 1 forward knot like this. And then since the string moved, I'm going to switch the leading string and I'm going to do another forward knot. And again, the forward knot moved the string to the right, so I'm switching the leading string and I'm doing another forward knot, and then another, and then another. So there you've got the red one, you've got the orange one. We're going to do the same thing for each of the colours, and then we're going to connect them all as we go into the bracelet again.
We good?
So I have all of my chains completed. They each have the same number of knots. I did 5 knots for each. So now we're going to go into doing the exact same thing. We're going to take the string that is on the leftmost and we're going to do a forward knot onto the next string. Then the next string is the orange one. We're going to do a forward knot on that carefully. Then to the next orange one, to the yellow one, and so on until we reach the end. And that's pretty much it. There we go. We've connected all of the chains back together. So we're going to go into the candy stripe now. We're going to do the same thing as we did here. Forward knots with the leftmost string all the way down to the end, and then again forward knots with the leftmost string all the way down to the end until we reach the purple. Then we're going to do the chains again, then we're going to connect them again and do the candy stripe, and then so on and so on and so on until the bracelet reaches the length that you desire. So I'm going to go off camera and finish this bracelet, and I'll be right with you when I'm done. So I've now finished my bracelet, and I want to finish this bracelet off by doing half of a triangle end. Now I have a full tutorial on how to make triangle ends linked in the card and in the description, but since I'm going to be doing half of a triangle end here, I thought I might as well show you in detail how to do it again. So I'm taking the first 2 strands on the left, and I'm going to be doing a backward knot onto the string on the left. I am now going to be taking the next string, which is the orange string here, and I'm going to be doing a backward knot onto both of these strings at the same time. And taking the next string, which is this orange one again, I'm going to do a backward knot onto the entire strand, so 3 strings here on the left at the same time. Next string, same thing, backward knot onto the entire strand. And I'm going to continue doing this, making backward knots with each string onto the entire strand on the left until I reach the end. There you go. Now that I've gotten to the end of my bracelet, I'm going to end this bracelet by making twisted ties here, and that'll be it. So there you have it. This is how the bracelet turned out. Now you can sort of straighten out the chains like that and wear the bracelet like that, but I prefer the look of it when it's tilted like so. I think it gives it sort of a unique effect, and I prefer that more. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something new today. If you ever make anything based on any of my videos, I always love to see your guys' creations over on Instagram, so tag me in a post or send me a DM. I always love to see your pictures. I've recently launched a Patreon. It'll be linked down in the description. That is definitely the best way to support this channel to make sure that I can keep creating these videos, and also it's a really good way to earn yourself some exclusive Patreon-only perks, such as a Patreon-only bracelet competition, increasing your chance of winning a bracelet of mine. In any case, thanks for watching. I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye!